Welcome to Conestoga Con-Nex. In this very first video, I'll help you get started with the new software. I'm going to go into the basic settings and get you familiar with the software. Before starting a new quote and new order, we'll go through a lot of the different settings and show you the differences between OrderLink and Con-Nex. I think you'll find that, for the most part, a lot of the same features that you saw in OrderLink exist in Con-Nex. However, you'll see that we have some new enhanced features in Con-Nex that we never offered in OrderLink before. In future videos, we'll go through and go over product ordering and through the different sections. The first video is geared more towards first getting activated and setting up your settings and showing the differences and similarities between the application. Once you get the program activated, the first thing you'll see is when you open up the screen is that it looks pretty much the same as OrderLink. With the exception of this new splash screen showing a kitchen, everything else is pretty much the same. Over on the left-hand side, you still have all your PDF catalogs. Something new that we added in the new program is we've added a new release PDF. When you open this up, it's going to show you a list of all the different catalog releases we've had in the application, and it's going to show you all the different updates. It's going to show you any fixes we've made to the program, and it's going to show you the history. So you're going to see all the past releases as well. So it's always easy to go back and reference and see what's changed over the course of time. Up top, you'll notice that the same features are still there that we had in OrderLink. You click on New, start a new job. Click on Open, it opens existing orders, the same as we had in OrderLink. Up top in the toolbar, you'll notice that there's a new one that says Live Chat. Well, that Live Chat actually is not for Conestoga. Just so you know that the Live Chat is meant for tech support for Con-Nex, for Advanceware. So basically, the only reason you'd ever use Live Chat to connect to Advanceware would be if you're having a problem with the application, you're having a technical issue. If you're having issues that you need help with placing orders and you're not sure how to place an order and you need help with products and understanding the catalog, you want to contact customer service and they're going to help you with that. You definitely don't want to click on live chat and talk to Advanceware. Send feedback. Send feedback. We had the same thing in OrderLink. When you click on that, it opens up where it allows you to enter any type of message you want to. You can make suggestions, or sometimes people will add notes in here and say, hey, notice the pricing is off on this particular molding, and you might want to take a look at it. And then sometimes they'll send a copy of their job that they're working on just so I can see it, which is very helpful. You click on Attach an Order, you click Select. It opens up the Customer Center where your jobs are stored. You can then highlight and click on the job that you're having an issue on. You click OK, it pulls it over back to the grid. I click OK, it sends it a copy of that. It goes directly to me. Video tutorials. There's a lot of different videos that Advanceware had created for the new application. I think there's about 10, 12 different videos on here. And if you click on that, it jumps out to the Advanceware website where they have these videos stored. Each one is maybe a minute and a half to 4 minutes long. So, I mean, they're not very long, and it's not a bad idea to go in and take a look at them to review them. The same videos that they've shared on their site is also in text form in the help topics. So if you open up the help topics, you'll see that all those same videos that they've created videos for are in text form. So, help introduction, starting a new job, and there's even a link to the video on here as well. But it's all in text form, so you can look at the images, and there's a bunch of them here, and you might want to look at them, how to edit items, how to do the order info section, validating. The one in particular that I want to mention is the Cabinet Vision import feature. I know we had Cabinet Vision imported in OrderLink, and we never really advertised it very well. And that's something that I really want to stress, that if you're using Cabinet Vision, this program will work extremely well with Cabinet Vision. And what it does is going to make it a lot easier for you, because what this Cabinet Vision import will do is going to pull all those quantities and all the sizes for your doors, your drawer fronts, your drawer boxes directly from the Cabinet Vision report file. It's going to pull it directly into the application. So you no longer have to manually enter all those sizes in. It streamlines the process so much, makes it so much easier, prevents a lot of the typos that you encounter, and it'll make it a lot more seamless and a lot easier system for you to work with. So if you're using Cabinavision, I highly recommend you take a look at that. And at the bottom of this, you'll see that there's even a link to install the updater. The AW importer that helps you import all the jobs into the application from Cabinavision. So, go ahead and take a look at it. I think you'll find that it's going to make it a lot easier for you to enter your jobs. Tools and preferences. Under preferences, we've added some new features in here that we didn't have in OrderLink. First point I'm going to mention is under miscellaneous. We now have an autosave feature that we didn't have in OrderLink and I've always wanted. And this allows you to actually save the job automatically as you're working on it, which is really nice. I've had problems in the past where customers will call up and say, hey, I've worked on the job for an hour and we had a thunderstorm and a power outage and I've lost my entire job. Can I bring it back? My first question is, did you save it? It's like, no. They were hoping it was stored somewhere. Well, now it's stored locally. Well, and the nice thing about this is if you change this from false to true, and we'll leave it at the 15-minute interval, that means it's going to save that job in an hour 4 times. So it's going to be basically automatically creating 4 backup saves. And any one of those backup saves can be retrieved and brought back from a restore point. So that way you're not losing an hour's worth of work. At the most, you're losing 15 minutes. I'll show you as we get a little further down where exactly those backup saves are stored. You'll find it's rather easy to bring one of those saves back up. For some people who have multiple accounts, we have a feature in here to enable the multiple accounts. In OrderLink, it was a little more complex, a little bit more difficult to set this up. In here, it can be done by anybody. If I click on Enable Multiple Accounts, what it does is, and I change that from false to true, it basically allows me to enter add multiple accounts. So if I just click out of this for now and I click on Tool and My Accounts, you'll see that it now shows me basically, it looks like an Excel spreadsheet where I can enter a bunch of different accounts and it allows me to process orders for those accounts. It works out extremely well for especially the sales reps or for those people who have different drop ship to accounts to use. So if you have that feature and used in OrderLink, it's very simple to set up in here. It's a matter of, like I said, you just go in, just open it up, you go into miscellaneous, and you change Enable Multiple Accounts from false to true, it turns it on. The other area I want to focus on would be the order entry options. Okay? OrderLink had little checkboxes when you went in to enable these, and here it's a matter of changing from false to true to turn these on. So, any one of these can be turned on or turned off. Probably the most important one that I would say that most people want to enable in here is the self-note column. For many people, they'd like to use the self-note column in OrderLink because it allows them to put little notes on it that show up on the acknowledgement. It works out extremely well with Cabinavision because what it'll do is in Cabinavision, it'll automatically pull in the cabinet ID numbers into the line items for the doors. Well, many times people do the same thing manually, and they enter the doors, the drawer fronts, drawer boxes, and they like a little reference note, so they're going to put in, let's say cab 1, cab 2, and they're going to put it into those doors, drawer fronts, and drawer boxes in the self-note column. It then shows up on the acknowledgement, which is really nice. Also, the square foot on screen, which is nice. When you enable that to true, it shows you the total accumulating square footage that on the doors, the drawer fronts, and the drawer boxes. Another thing in here that I want to point out is the hideable columns. In OrderLink, you have one pricing column which shows the list price. In here, there are many pricing columns. And because this program is designed not just for Conestoga, but for many other accounts and many Advancedware accounts, many of those accounts had different requirements as far as pricing. So Advancedware enabled this to show all those extra pricing columns. So what we did was we created a way to hide them. So if I click on hideable column, what you can see is you can actually check or uncheck these items. Now, I recommend hiding all the ones that I'm showing here and only showing the total cell and the item list. It'll give you the closest look to order link with one extra step. In order link, you see item list, and here I'm also saying show the total cell, which is nice because if you see the total cell column and you put your discount in, let's say you have a 10% discount. If you have a line item that's $100 list, that total cell column is going to show $90. So it's nice. It's going to show you what your cost is. Other than that, I don't really see anything else in here that anybody really needs to focus on. If you order millimeters, if you click on catalog defaults and you open up this plus under Conestoga, you'll see this column says UOM. That stands for unit of measure. So under your doors and drawer fronts, you can actually change that from inches to millimeters in whole numbers or millimeters in tenths of the millimeters. So you can order like 335.5 millimeters. In addition, I think the final thing I want to show you in here is under tech support, the updater options. Under the updater preferences, what you can do is, there's like 4 different settings. The last one is to turn it completely off, which I would not recommend ever. But I would like to show you the fact that there's different settings in here, and the default setting, if you take a look, is for it to automatically check for updates, download and install the updates for you when the program's not running. So basically it means if you're not running the program and it's connected to the internet, and we publish a new release, it's going to automatically install that update, which is kind of nice because it means you're always going to have the latest version of the program. You could also set it for the first one, which is what I have on right now. Basically, that's going to update. It's going to download it, and then it's going to alert you. You're going to get a little bubble pop up down here. It's going to say there's an advancedware update available. Do you want to download it now? You click on the button. It'll then pop up. It's going to do the installation. The other option, the third one, is where it's going to ask you each time you open the program when you first open up for the day. So you come in the morning, you start up OrderLink, when you start up Con-Nex, you click on the third dial, and if you have that set, as soon as the program pops up, it's going to say there's an advancedware update available. Do you want to install it now? Yes. If there's none available, it's going to say that you have the latest version of the program, and then it's not going to bug you the rest of the day. So there's 3 different settings in here to make sure that you have the latest version of the catalog. And it's really preference, whichever you choose to do. All right, now let's go into the customer center. If you click on open, what you're going to see is the same screen that we had in OrderLink. The customer center, which showed you all your customers, shows you that huge list of all your customers, and maybe sometimes some people only have one. It might just be their company name, and they have everything in here. It's really a matter of how you prefer to set it up. I look at this as like folders. So you open up a file cabinet, and you have a customer, and you have a file just for that customer, and within that customer you have all their orders. It's the same thing here, same concept. However, you may say, you know what, I don't do it that way. I have my own company name in here, and then I put everything down here, all in the same folder. And you can do it, it's your preference. However, if you do have a whole list of them, we've added a new feature in here called Find Customer. So it makes it easier rather than scrolling down the list trying to find it, which can be tedious. If you click on Find Customer, you start typing in, and it's going to try to find it, which is kind of nice. And actually, if you take a look, if you look at the new feature in here under the main folder, you're going to see we added a new feature called Find a Job. So if you're a customer who just has one folder and you have everything in here, we did add this Find Job, which allows you to then look in that individual folder, and then you can search. So you search by job name, by job number, and by PO number, which is a very nice feature to be able to try to locate some of these jobs. Because sometimes they're 3 or 4, 5 months old, and you're trying to find that client. Makes it a lot easier to locate. If you recall, we mentioned the Autosave feature. In here, we have a new button called Recover Your Job from a previous save. So this is where each of one of those saves are going to be located. So if you're working on a job and you've been on it for an hour, you have it set for 15 minutes, you have 4 saves, and each time you click on the recover, you're going to see every time that you saved it. So you can see on this particular job, I saved it twice. I have a save at 10:36. It only had 7 items on it. And then at 10:45, I had 16 items on it. So if I said, you know what, I want to go back to that original when I first started, I could highlight that, I click OK, and it's going to reopen the job, and it's going to open up with only those 7 items. It allows a lot of flexibility there where you can go back and choose and go back and forth between the different saves. But it's also nice in this fact that if you had a power outage, you're only losing 15 minutes, you can always bring it back and you're not starting from scratch again. Other than that, all these same features exist. Export allows you to export a file. So if I wanted to send a file to somebody like myself, which I often ask if I'm dealing with a customer and they need help, I'll say, can you send a copy of that file to me? Well, the easiest way is to go in here and click on export, and you can save this file locally, and then you can send it as an attachment in an email. What's nice about that is I'll get that file, I'll open up Con-Nex, and then I'll click on import, and then it allows me to import that file directly into the program, which makes it so much easier to debug an issue when I can actually see the job. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. You can obviously delete a customer, you can delete an order. I just caution you to be very careful because once you delete it, it's gone, and then it takes a little bit of an effort to bring it back. So if you do it by accident and you need help, just give us a call and we can help you out and help you get that squared away to bring it back again. If you delete by accident, it's never gone, and that's the thing. The key thing is, there's still a trace of it, and we can always bring it back from the jobs database. Finally, when you're ready to start a new job, you click on New, and just like it was in OrderLink, all the same features are there. So you can obviously pick from your list of customers that you've already set up, or if in fact that you start a new one, you can always click on Add a New Customer, and just like it was in OrderLink, you can then add one to start a new job.